After the hubbub of the holidays, I thought I would draw something peaceful that would bring a little calm to us. So I did up some pine trees in the forest. Let's see how this turns out. We're going to start with our moon. This is just a 10-minute impromptu doodle to help us feel calm and relaxed after the busy holiday. It's been very busy, and I think most of us are ready for a break. The holidays can get pretty hectic. And if you have to visit family out of state, that adds to the hecticness. So let's take a little time for ourselves and just do something calming and relaxing. Like this, like a tree. What could be calmer than snow-covered trees in the winter? Go, taking shape a little. We're going to have some snow on the branches. Now you can follow along with me if you like, or you can just watch this and kind of use it as a meditation. Quiet, peaceful, little meditation. And if you want it to be quiet and don't want to hear me talking, you can just turn down that volume and just watch. Just watch what I'm doing. Make it calm, peaceful. I like snowy nights when the moon is full and it makes the snow glisten. It's very pretty. I've had times where I've been off the beaten path in the woods after a beautiful snow had fallen, and we were like the first ones breaking through the snow, and it is very, very pretty in the woods. Very pretty. All you see are the animal tracks, which is very cool. See where the animals have been, see what's been walking through. If you're good at knowing what kind of tracks animals leave, you can always tell what kind of animals went through. I can tell a few of them. There was one track in our yard that was kind of like perplexing. So we hadn't really seen it. You don't see a lot of tracks in the summertime. And it looked like a little star in the snow. And it's like we looked it up and we finally figured out it was an opossum walking through the yard. These little star-shaped footprints was an opossum. So add our snow line right in here. Nice sweeping snow line. Okay. Now let's see. Okay. So why don't we start with adding some indigo to the sky. I'm going to do some indigo because this is like a night sky. Nice, quiet, peaceful sky. Reminds me of that early morning, being in the woods, early morning. There really is like no noise except maybe the falling snow from the branches. That sounds kind of interesting to hear, falling snow. Kind of hits the ground with a thud. And that's the only sound out there. Before the traffic gets moving, before people get stirring, while the animals are still bedded down. It's quite peaceful in the woods. Mind you, I've never had to camp in the woods, so it could be noisy at some point. But I was just there early in the morning, so I didn't really hear all those other noises. So our moon A little moon in the sky. This is just a quiet little doodle. So this is a crease in my paper, which if you want to do that on purpose, like if you want to make a mark in your paper, an indent in your paper, and then you color around it, it will do that intentionally. Which you can make some interesting patterns with colored pencil doing that. I didn't put that there intentionally. That's just my paper had must have gotten dented or something leaned up against it, or so it made that little mark. But you could use that to your advantage if you wanted to do that. How about this indigo sky? Just color that in. Can you picture what it might be like that out in the woods? With quiet all around you, the crisp air, snowy, that snowy smell. That snowy smell can be very invigorating. It's very clean. It's cold and crisp. It's almost like it's very refreshing. That cold snow. Has anybody else who's watching kind of like been in the woods right after a snowstorm when the trees are covered, the boughs are hanging heavy with thick snow, and it's quiet. You hear nothing except the occasional plopping of the snow onto the ground? If you have, let me know. It's quite a nice atmosphere. I imagine maybe skiers experience some of that, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a skier, even though I live where there's snow. Maybe it's that way for skiers. I imagine some of these mountains are probably pretty quiet. For a while, anyway. Until other people start showing up. Alright, so there's some sky. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of... Oops. Oh, sorry about that. Got you jiggling. I'm going to add a little bit of black just down here. Not too much. Just to maybe make it look a little bit darker. Black's a pretty overpowering color, so you have to be careful with it. It can overtake your colors pretty quickly. I'll just put a little bit on down here. I hope you're enjoying this. Hopefully it's relaxing for you. That's the intention. This is like a self-imposed 10-minute timeout for mental relaxation. We all need some mental relaxation, especially when it's been hectic like it has been. We're just coming out of the holidays. We're not even done with the holidays, really. All right, let's see. What color are we going to put down first? Let's put down our green for our trees. Maybe we'll start over here with this guy. We're over on the edge here. Give him some green. These are evergreens. So they're kind of greenish all year round. Evergreens. There we go. Hopefully this is peaceful for you. Are you drawing along? Drawing along your version of pine trees at night in the snow, or maybe you're drawing something completely different. Whatever you want to draw. Or just hang out together for a few minutes and unwind before you start another section of your day. Maybe for some of you, the section of your day coming up is you're going to bed. Been a long day, taking a little 10-minute breather before you actually climb into bed. Some of you might be on your lunch break. I have a tendency to watch short little videos on my lunch break at work. Clears my mind of what I've been doing. Kind of like a reset. So we all need a reset sometimes. Because life is pretty go, go, go. And I don't know, I thought my life would slow down as I got over 50. But it just seems like different things come in and take the place. Although I do know that more of my time is mine. There were times when we had kids in sports and we were going all the time. But the holidays, you get to spend more time with family. At least it seems that way for a lot of us. And that's always nice, to see family. Some families are far apart and don't get to see each other as often as they'd like. That's just the nature of our society, I think. We have cars and we have ways to get around and explore and see new parts of the country, out of the country. But that also comes with maybe not seeing your family as much as you'd like. That does happen. Okay, there's tree number 2. Trying to keep this under 10 minutes, but I think this one might be a little bit longer than 10 minutes. We'll see. If you like the doodles that are a little bit longer than 10 minutes, let me know. So I do try to keep them to 10 minutes because people don't have a lot of time sometimes, but they still need time to relax. And that's why I wanted to make these right around 10 minutes, but I think this one might be a little bit longer. But we'll keep going. We got the biggest part done, which is the sky, and we're going to put a little more color on our trees. Give them some blue too. Like some spruce. I think spruce have some blue in their needles. I don't know what kind of tree it is, but there's one kind of pine tree or fir tree or spruce tree. Maybe it's the blue spruce, where it actually looks blue. It has a really pretty blue color. I think that's very nice. It's very pretty. If you know the name for sure, let me know. I think it might be a blue spruce. Alright, we're going to do, this is peacock blue. We're going to add a little bit of peacock blue to the ends of our branches. Just to fancy them up a little bit. See, we got some right here. Edges right there. There we go. Is that looking better? Does this look like trees at night? I hope you're enjoying this. I hope it's relaxing. I find it pretty relaxing to doodle myself. Not the kind of doodling that like you're afraid to make a mistake. The kind where it's okay if you go out of the line. It's alright. It's okay if you want to draw a pink sun or a purple moon. We don't need to follow the rules. Do what we want. It's our picture. We can do what we want. We can make it any color we want. We can draw what we want. All right, how's that? What do you think? All right, I'm going to put a little bit of blue down here because this is the snow. Because snow usually has some kind of reflections of the sky, stuff like that. So we're just going to do that a little bit. And maybe we'll put a little bit of light. This is gray. I was going to put a little gray on our moon to give it a little bit of color. All right. How about a little bit of blue on our snow? Give our snow a little bit of depth. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Well, I really appreciate you spending some time with me. I hope you enjoyed yourself and were able to relax a little bit. If you like the longer doodles, there are longer ones on the channel. Those are time-lapse, so you can really see how the picture comes from start to finish. So if you like to relax and watch those, I encourage you to check out my channel. I'm adding new videos. This is a new channel, so I'm adding videos as we go. Get them made and I upload them. All right, well, there's our 10-minute trees at night. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you in the next video. You have a great night. Bye.